Hello, everybody. Larry Young here again on today's installment of Living Life with Purity. We've got Alex Fiato in here with us, and I've asked Alex to come in and do an overview on another segment he's working on. He'll be talking about a mystical event, a vision that General George Washington had in his tent in 1777 on the verge of the Valley Forge battles. And Our Lady came to him with a message of inspiration and hope, and I'll let Alex get into that, but it's really a strong story, and it goes much to what is going on in our world today. And so these cues that are back in the past, we're digging through to try to make sure all these elements in the spiritual DNA is delivered so that you, our viewer, can make the proper informed choices as we go into this next summer of open debates and arguments that are going to be happening. It's going to be a really bad summer, folks. So I'm just trying to tell you, I'm trying to get you to make sure you've got all of your boxes checked and you're ready for whatever may be coming. I don't know what it is. I don't want to make everyone, be running for the hills or anything like this, but I do want you to be prepared for the arguments and some of the crazy stories you're going to be hearing. So I've always said, if a story doesn't add up, it means that truth wasn't in the equation. So you're going to be getting a lot of false things that are going to be thrown at you. Just remember what the truth is and base your decisions on what you know what the ultimate truth is. You're on the right side of this, so we're with you on that. And Alex is going to get into this, and he's going to just unload a lot of really cool mystical things that are lining up even for people in different parts of the world on this one particular event to show the sobriety and the credibility of what actually happened in this event and why Our Lady would choose to come to the general in the day to try to inspire him to continue on against great odds. I mean, an amazing situation. So I'm going to leave it to Alex to dial in. Thank you, Alex. I'm going to leave you because I want to leave everyone the time to get into this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll be back.
Well, today we're going to be presenting George Washington's vision and prophecy about America. Now, this subject is a controversial subject. Many people saying that it didn't occur, or this is some story that a person had published, simply trying to get some notoriety. It was in 2019. On Veterans Day, that I prayed to the good Lord that did this thing really occur, and how would we be able to even discern whether it did occur? And it was at that time that I walked out to my kitchen and found a painting of the Angel of America that was done by Joseph Torelli in 1998, and all of a sudden it was like getting hit over the head with a hammer. And we'll get into that later. But at any rate, there's been I've done a lot of research, and it's led me to areas that you wouldn't even think would present aspects of verification of Washington's vision. But we'll go over those. I'll present the data. Certainly, you'll have to exercise your free will and your intent to continue to do research and then to weigh in your hands. The reason we present Washington's vision is because it presents the people of the United States of America with a great deal of hope and victory in God's favor. God's favor for us and overcome darkness. So what I would like to do is to simply introduce and then to read the vision. And I'll give you a little bit of an outline of what to expect in the future as far as some of the presentations. So let's get started with this. George Washington's vision is recorded in the Library of Congress. The father of our country, George Washington, was a man of prayer. We have all read how he went to the thicket many times to pray during the winter his army was at Valley Forge. However, little publicity has been given to the vision and the prophecy he received at that time. The first-hand account of this vision was given in 1859 by an old soldier named Anthony Sherman. He gave it to a writer, Wesley Bradshaw, who published it. In the vision, God revealed to George Washington that there were three great perils that would come upon the Republic. He was given to know that America was going through the first peril at the time. The old soldier who told the story of the vision said that the nation would soon see the account verified by the second peril descending upon the land. In other words, they would see the second peril. The first peril was the revolution, and the second peril was the war between the states. The account was taken from a reprint of the U.S. veterans paper, the National Tribune, in December of 1880, and then the Tribune is now called the Stars and Stripes, and it was reprinted in 1950 of December the 21st in the Stars and Stripes magazine. In the report of this phenomenal and most important heavenly message for us at this hour, Wesley Bradshaw wrote, "The last time I ever saw Anthony Sherman was on the 4th of July of 1859 in Independence Square. He was 99 years old and becoming very feeble, but though so old, his dimming eyes rekindled as he said, 'Let us go into the hall,' he said, 'and I want to tell you of an incident of Washington's life, one which no one alive knows except for myself. And if you live, you will before long see it verified. And mark the prediction, you will see it verified.'" And he's telling the author, the writer, Leslie Bradshaw, that he would see the second peril, which would be the war between the states. From the opening of the revolution, we experienced all phases of fortune, now good and now ill, one time victorious and another conquered. The darkest period we had, I think, was when Washington, after several reverses, retreated to Valley Forge, where he resolved to pass the winter of 1777. He says, "I've often seen the tears coursing down our dear commander's careworn cheeks as he would be conversing with a confidential officer about the condition of his poor soldiers. You have doubtless heard the story of Washington going to the thicket to pray. Well, it was not only true, but he used to often pray in secret for aid and comfort, and God brought us safely through the darkest days of the tribulation. One day I remember it well. The chilly winds whistled through the leafless trees. Through the sky was cloudless, and the sun shone brightly. He remained in his quarters nearly all afternoon alone. When he came out, I noticed that his face was a shade paler than usual. There seemed to be something on his mind more than ordinarily of importance. Returning just after dusk, he dispatched an orderly to the quarters of an officer who was presently in attendance. After a preliminary conversation of about a half hour, Washington, gazing upon his companion with a strange look of dignity which he alone could command, said to the latter, Washington, quote, "I do not know whether it is owing to the anxiety of my mind or what, but this afternoon as I was sitting at this table engaged in preparing a dispatch, something in the apartment seemed to disturb me. Looking up, I beheld standing opposite me a singularly beautiful being, female. So astonished was I, for I had given strict orders not to be disturbed, that it was some moments before I found language to inquire the cause of the visit, of her presence. A second, a third, and even a fourth did I repeat my question, but received no answer from my mysterious visitor except a slight raising of her eyes." We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with the rest of the story. Okay, we're back. A second and a third time, even a fourth, did I repeat my question, but received no answer for my mysterious visitor except for a slight raising of her eyes. By this time, I felt strange sensations spreading through me. I would have risen, but the riveted gaze of the being before me rendered volition impossible. I essayed once more to speak and address her, but my tongue had become useless, as if though it had become paralyzed. A new influence, mysterious, potent, irresistible, took possession of me. All I could do was to gaze steadily, vacantly at my unknown visitor. Gradually, the surrounding atmosphere seemed to change. It grew luminous. Everything about me seemed to rarefy. The mysterious visitor herself also became more airy, yet more distinct to my sight than before. I began to feel as one dying, or rather to experience the sensations which I have sometimes imagined accompany death. I did not think, I did not reason, I did not move. All were alike impossible. I was only conscious of gazing fixedly, vacantly at my companion. The first peril. Presently I heard a voice saying, "Son of the Republic, look and learn," while at the same time my visitor extended her arm eastward. I now beheld a heavy white vapor, at some distance, rising fold upon fold. This gradually dissipated, and I looked upon a strange scene. Before me lay, spread out in one vast plain, all the countries of the world, Europe, Asia, Africa, America. I saw rolling, tossing between Europe and America a billow of the Atlantic, and between Asia and America lay the Pacific. "Son of the Republic," said the same mysterious voice as before, "look and learn. These countries joined in the mid-ocean. For a while it remained stationary, and then it moved slowly westward until it enveloped America in the murky folds. Sharp flashes of lightning gleamed through the intervals, and I heard the smothered groans and cries of the American people. The second peril. A second time the angel dipped water from the ocean and sprinkled it as about. The dark cloud was then drawn back to the ocean, in whose heavy billows it sank from view. A third time I heard a mysterious voice saying, "Son of the Republic, look and learn." I cast my eyes upon America and beheld villages and towns and cities springing up one after another, until the whole land from the Atlantic to the Pacific was dotted with them. Again I heard the mysterious voice say, "Son of the Republic, the end of the century comes. Look and learn." At this time the dark shadowy angel turned his face southward. From Africa I saw an ill-omened specter approach our land. It fitted slowly and heavily over each town and city of the later. The inhabitants presently set themselves in battle array against each other. As I continued looking, I saw a bright angel, on whose brow rested the crown of light, on which was traced the word Union. He was bearing the American flag, or actually he would be bearing the standard. He placed the flag upon the divided nations and said, "Remember, ye are brethren." Instantly the inhabitants, casting down their weapons, became friends once more and united around the national standard. The third and most fearful peril. We'll be right back after this very short break, and we'll see you in a bit. Welcome back. We're about to review the third and most fearful peril. Again, I heard the mysterious voice, "Son of the Republic, look and learn." At this, dark, shadowy angel placed a trumpet to his mouth and blew 3 distinct blasts. And taking water from the ocean, he sprinkled it upon Europe and Asia and Africa. Then my eyes beheld a fearful scene, from which of these continents arose a thick black clouds that were soon joined into one. And throughout this mass there gleamed a dark red light, by which I saw hordes of our men. These men were moving in the cloud, marched by land, and sailed by sea to America, which country was enveloped in the volume of the cloud. And I dimly saw these vast armies devastate the whole country and the villages and the towns and the cities which I had seen springing up. As my ears listened to the thundering of the cannon and the clashing of the swords and the shouts and the cries of millions in mortal combat, I again heard the mysterious voice saying, "Son of the Republic, look and learn." Where the voice had ceased, the dark shadowy angel placed his trumpet once more to his mouth and blew a long and fearful blast. Instantly a light of 1,000 suns shone from above me and pierced and broke into fragments the dark cloud which enveloped America. At the same moment, the angel upon whose head still shone the word Union and bore our national flag in one hand and a sword in the other, and descended from the heavens attended by legions of white spirits. This immediately joined the inhabitants of America, who I again, amid this fearful noise of the conflict, heard the mysterious voice saying, "Son of the Republic, look and learn." As the voice ceased, the shadowy angel for the last time dipped water from the ocean and sprinkled it upon America. Instantly the dark cloud rolled back, together with the armies it had brought, leaving the inhabitants of the land victorious. Then once more I beheld the villages and towns and cities springing up where I had seen them before, while the bright angel planted the azure standard he had brought in the midst of them, cried with a loud voice, "While the stars remain and the heavens send down dew upon the earth, so long shall the Union last." And taking from his brow the crown on which blazoned the word Union, he placed it upon the standard, while the people kneeling down said, "Amen." The interpretation: the scene instantly began to fade and dissolve, and I at last saw nothing but the rising, curling vapor I had first beheld. This also disappeared, and I found myself more gazing upon the mysterious visitor, when the same voice I heard before me said, "Son of the Republic, what you have seen is thus interpreted. 3 great perils will come upon the Republic. The most fearful for her is the third, but the whole world united shall not prevail against her. Let every child of the Republic learn to live for his God, his land, his family, and the Union." With these words, the vision vanished, and I started from my seat and felt that I had seen a vision wherein had been shown me the birth, the progress, and the destiny of the United States. So such, my friends, the venerable narrator concluded, were the words I heard from Washington's own lips, and America will do well to profit by them. So there's Washington's vision. Some very interesting characters presented with standards and flags and swords and a lot of language what we perhaps may not fully understand. But this will give everybody out there a chance to take a look at it. You can download this information if you Google Washington Valley Forge Vision 1777. If you have insights in terms of some of the allegory and stuff, it would be very well for you to pursue that and perhaps even let us know what you found out. So we're going to take a break right now and be back with a little bit of an overview of what to expect in the future. Thank you.